Okay, so it looks like we are live.
Yeah, we're live.
Yay.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, how about that?
Hey guys, how you doing? Redonkulously, Redonkulous interviews episode 8.
Episode 8, yay!
So yeah, this is episode 8. We're in March. We did, if you didn't know, last month in February we did 7 people for Redonkulous Black History.
Sure did.
They're all on YouTube right now with some great, amazing interviews. You should check that out.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're so chill.
Yeah.
Feel like so like you should check that out. So hope you guys are having a wonderful March so far. I know it's been a little while since we've come in and done Redonkulous interviews, but we have a very special treat for you tonight, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
First of all, shout out to Courtney the Watcher Jackson.
The lead artist, the lead artist third. The lead artist, even around the third.
Ryan, the executive producer Ross.
James R. is Working Man Brown, who also Tampa Bay is his team. He won the Super Bowl. So congratulations to him on that one.
LeVar Coolbreeze, Queen.
Magic the Wild Card Frazier.
Michaela the Apprentice Foreman.
Courtney the Watcher Jackson.
I said her.
Oh, I'm Kevin the co-founder Martin.
Oh yeah. How's Ryan First Lady Fields? We said everybody except for us.
Right. Like, wait, there's more. Right.
Right.
I'm Kevin the co-founder Martin. She's Tiny the First Lady Fields.
Hi.
If you combine all 9 of those powers,
That's right.
and you let them form, you get Redonkulous Entertainment.
There you go. So, what announcements do we have for the people out there on Facebook Land today?
Okay, so we have some announcements. April 1st. So April 1st, check out our website. We reamped it and we did it. It's gonna be really cool. We got a grand opening. We have a special trailer just exclusive to the website April 1st. What else?
Let's see. We are going to be taking a trip to Virginia on May 1st.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are.
So if you caught our last interview with fashion designer William Facts, we're actually going to be doing his event that he has in Richmond, Virginia, May 1st. So for those of you guys who are watching, who are in the Virginia area, definitely come out. If you're around Richmond or so, come out, say hey, say what's up, network. It's going to be a great time. In fact, it's going to be a redonkulous time.
Actually, before we even get there, though, we're actually doing a Comic-Con. Redonkulous Entertainment's finally going back to a Comic-Con. Yes. We're going back to Ocean City Comic-Con.
Yes.
April 10th.
April 10th.
Yeah, we're gonna make it completely rated off for Redonkulous. April 10th. Actually, tell you the truth, I wasn't going to announce it, but I guess the juices is flowing now. Starting April to August, Redonkulous Entertainment is going to do a 5-city tour where we're going to go to 5 different cities for 5 different events. Starting at Ocean City, going to Virginia, ending up at the end of August. Well, in August, we're going to end up in Philly, and then stay tuned for the other cities we're going to. Well, we're going to go home to Atlantic City too. Yeah. I don't want to give too much away. 5-city tour, all spring and summer long.
Wow! Tell me more. I guess we gotta wait.
So that's really cool though. We're really doing a 5-city tour. We're gonna bring everything we thought. We're bringing the clothing line. We're bringing the comic books. We're gonna have some new stuff to show. We're going to 5-city tour. It's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be crazy all summer long, all spring and summer long. Really.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Of course. And also August, we're gonna have our boat ride. That still go. We don't listen to this boat ride part. So
August 4th. So you guys. Keep posted to our social media for
Courtney,
all
what's up, Courtney?
The information regarding that.
Courtney the Watcher Jackson.
Yes. Let me see if I can get this up so we can see the comments.
Okay. So the reason why we have our guest today, besides the fact that he's a magnificent illustrator, he's making his own comic book, but he'll get into. As you guys know, it's Maven Arrowshot March. So because it's Maven Arrowshot March, it's only right that we get the person that illustrated the whole comic book of Maven Arrowshot. So he's the illustrator of Maven Arrowshot. He's a writer. He's an artist.
Creator. Yes. Author.
He did our very first event. What was the name of it?
It was the John.
We did it at the Hampton Mall shot to level up.
Yes, it was our event that essentially, I'm getting tongue tied, essentially brought out Maven Arrowshot issue 1.
December. It was
December 14th, 2019.
2019. It was our first event. Shout out to everybody that came there. He was there with us. He made it rated R. It's rated R. If you want to make it, this man embodies Redonkulous entertainment. He just gets it. It feels like this was a match made in heaven. Right here. So this is going to be an exciting interview. And he has some really exciting stuff coming up. I can't wait till you get talking about it. So every time I say the word if you're on a rainy day, because it's rainy here in Lang City, and like I want to have a drink, go ahead and have a drink every time I say the word. And every time Ty and the First Lady Phil say live, have a drink. That's the Redonkulous drinking game every time we do these interviews.
Yes, absolutely. So let's go ahead. Let's get Jeremiah into the room. Let me get the comments up.
Yeah, we want the comments. Quick. Hi, everybody. We didn't say your name yet. Hi, everybody that's on here.
Let me see.
So I guess I'll just finish talking. So let me tell you something. This 5-city tour, guys, this is really exciting stuff because we're going to bring the Redonkulous brand up and down the East Coast. We're going down south. We're going up north. We're coming home. We're going to have everything Redonkulous. It's going to be exciting. We're going to bring you live feeds. We're going to have all types of YouTube skit thingies. I don't 100% know off the top of my head now. And we're just going to be this completely Redonkulous experience up and down the East Coast. So I can't say how excited that is. That's so exciting already.
It is indeed.
And we're in the works of the documentary. The documentary, Road to Reminiscence.
Yeah, can't forget the documentary, dude.
Road to Reminiscence. We're in that's in our progress now. That'll be out this year, 2021. Yes, so look for that. Also, check out the newest trailer on our website, April 1st. Our brand new website, April 1st. Check out the newest trailer for the Road to Reminiscence. It's really exciting. It's actually going to show you some of the names that we're going to have in this documentary. And a lot of people say, well, what is it? Well, we're going to get into how the reminiscence affected people amongst Redonkulous entertainment.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be exciting stuff right there. So Road to Reminiscence coming 2021. Check that out. That's going to be amazing. That's Redonkulous Entertainment first motion picture. That's actually Redonkulous Studios' actually first major project.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so that's good. The whole team's on board with that. We're in talks with different various artists now for more upcoming comic books, and of course, we have Night Owl 2 in the works right now as we speak. Night Owl 2 is in the works right now. Black Ninjas in the works. The Mysterious Black Ninjas in the works as we speak right now. So in the comic book world, we definitely have more comic books coming out. They're coming 2020-ish.
We're in 2021 though.
2020, the year 2020. Comic books, Redonkulous Entertainment. We're doing a 5-city tour. A 5-city tour. Okay,
yeah. 5-city. What other comic book company do you know is doing a 5-city tour? And what?
5-city tour. So that's exciting. Okay, but without further ado, we ready to go?
We are ready to go. Let's go ahead and get Mr. Jeremiah Jones here in the room. Let's go. Admit.
Sure. Oh, look at the background.
Oh, nice. Wait for me to connect the audio.
Connecting audio. Here we go.
Hey guys.
Hey, JerJonez is in the house. What's going on?
Yeah. So not too much. Not too much. You guys are late.
We're Redonkulous time.
Yeah, we're never really late.
Well, I forgot to calculate that time because I know that really the party doesn't begin until Redonkulous survives.
There you go. Exactly. So how have you been, man? It's been a minute.
Not too bad. Keeping busy.
Keeping busy is good.
Keeping busy, trying to wrap some stuff up. Still not quite there yet.
Okay.
So Cosmic Nights. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Let's jump into Cosmic Nights, then we'll go back to our shop later. What's going on with Cosmic? Man, first of all, you already know we talk. For those who's known, me and JerJonez, we talk a lot, and I'm the biggest fan. As soon as it comes out, I actually went to first copy if that's possible.
Second.
I know delays and whatever happened. So what are we looking for? Tell me. Tell me. I want to know. What are we looking for in Cosmic Nights?
Well, right now we have about 12 pages left to go. That doesn't count coloring, but I mean, I think at this point I've got my process down. I made some upgrades from my process that I did on AeroShot. You know, try to streamline things, make things a little faster. But obviously, when you're tweaking a process, then there's bound to be delays. You know, as you're trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah, of course.
So I think that at this point, I found a healthy balance of getting things to go smoother. Plus, you know, getting details down. I mean, obviously, you guys have seen, or anybody else on Facebook who has seen the knights. The armor is pretty intricate for each character. So like replicating that like from panel to panel is a challenge. So I pretty much had to relearn how to draw my own characters.
Well, that's actually, I imagine that's actually exciting.
It is. It's very exciting. Once you've actually learned how to redraw your characters, that speeds things up. It also gives a little bit more. Well, it gives the creator more confidence.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, a lack of confidence can also slow a creator down as well. I mean, if you're spending a lot of your time looking at something that you're trying to finish, and you're second guessing yourself, you know, going into the nitty gritty, then you're gonna slow yourself down too. I mean, I'm finding that you go with what's in your mind.
Right.
If it's not matching up with what's in your mind, then you know, then it's not right. But once you feel that, move on.
Word.
So Cosmic Knights. So tell us, what's your inspiration? Tell us, let the viewers know a little bit about what they're going to get into.
Yes.
When we say Cosmic Knights.
Would you like to know where it came from or what it's about?
All of it. Sorry.
I want to start from the beginning, all of it.
So we'll start with the inspiration for it. We'll start with that.
Okay. The original inspiration actually came when I was in 7th grade. I was 14. I watched one episode of the Power Rangers. And I know exactly which episode it was.
Hashtag Power Rangers.
Yes.
It was the episode where the Green Ranger fought the Power Rangers for the last time in the Green with Evil saga. I saw the episode and I'm like, these guys suck. and I'm like, I know I could do better. And so then, you know, I went up to my room. I drew a Power Rangers helmet, and then I erased the mouthpiece from it and drew a line down the middle, and then I started to expand on it. And I knew that I never got into the whole spandex thing with superheroes. I'm like, and I was always a big fan of like armor, like Iron Man. Iron Man was my favorite even before, like, way before he became mainstream, when nobody cared about him. I loved him. And so I took the armor idea, and I'm like, growing up, I'd always been a big fan of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's make them knights. And so, like, the original idea was there was 5 knights. Let me see.
Jeremiah in these comments got hit with a salt shaker.
That salt shaker.
Mr. Seasoning.
Actually, we talked this wrestling is coming back. Picking up the salt shaker.
The knights needed. I created 5 knights. That was the original idea.
It's kind of blending into. Oh, there we go.
Right there. Yep.
Right there.
Right there.
Nice.
Stop.
Hammer time.
This was the. I'll end up uploading them, but this was the first Cosmic Knight. That was Warp, the Green Knight. So then I ran with it, and I was starting to get into video games and anime. And so then I started adding certain things. And I had discovered this character that I read about called the Guyver. And it was, it was a Japanese creation. And I liked the idea that the armor was sentient. The armor had a mind of its own. So I took that idea and then I applied it. So that was the original idea of where the knights came from. And then as I was getting older and I was getting different inspirations, I'd also started writing with Ephraim Arana the third,
lead artist.
Yeah.
And him and I went back and forth with several sketches of the knights. He did his own versions. At that point, I only had 7 knights created out of the 12. What would eventually be 12, and would grow to acquire a 13th armor, which I didn't get that 13th armor until 2009.
Okay.
And 2009 is really when the story changed. Like, it really took shape. I'll tell this to the readers, and maybe some people can relate. I was diagnosed bipolar type 1 in 2009, and that changed my life. The way I looked at the world was very different than what someone who doesn't have mental illness would look at the world. My creativity and my artistic ability were magnified because of the ability. Because of the disability or ability. It started to really feel like a superpower. And so, because of what I was feeling with the illness, and I had a lot of friends and a lot of family that just ceased communication with me. They wanted nothing to do with me. And so I created, as a way of coping, I created the character of Adamus Perfectus, which is the 13th knight, which is the main character of the story. Who that's the character that, in my posts that I've been posting, that's from the first scene. Adamus Perfectus and the Green Knight are actually the same character, but because of his illness or his defect, it creates 2 distinct personalities, also 2 distinct armors. And so, in the story, so now that I've covered the basis of how things were created, I'll give you yes.
Well, I think that's first. I didn't want to cut you off, Lee. I couldn't hold it in no more. I think that's really, really, really cool that a mental illness, I guess it is mental illness, and you made it into your story, and then you transferred that even more into your story, 2 different arms, 2 different bipolar. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I really do. I think that's cool. That really does show you how you reflect your life into your art.
You were able to take something that some would consider as a weakness, and turn it into a superpower. You know what I mean? Which is pretty freaking awesome.
Well, we also took it a step further. I took it a step further as a creator. With the characters, I imprinted friends and family and life situations into the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, the one night is based off of is modeled after my little sister's boyfriend. So he's got personality traits of my little sister's boyfriend.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
I also took
hashtag little sister boyfriend.
Yeah.
Everything is a hashtag on this interview. So
I know. But each character has something, I am, like I said, even the scenery in the modern settings of the Knights takes place in my hometown. I even went as far as to take pictures of local things in the area to model it and make it 100% accurate.
Mhm.
But the story isn't all about like the present. The story goes way back.
Okay.
The story is actually an eternal love story
Mhm.
between Adamus and Ava, the Blue Knight, and how they're bound by their love for each other, and even like through time, they always find each other, because every time Adamus has to use the Perfectus, the armor, the entire set of armors is called the Perfectus, by the way. It is from their home world of gnosis, which means knowledge. It was created as almost like it extracted like the consciousness of God in order to be able to terraform worlds.
Gotcha.
And it backfired.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's not good.
Well, so they had to move it from Gnosis, and they brought it to Earth. Well, that didn't work out too well, and so basically, the Perfectus became corrupt and released basically a virus into the planet's atmosphere, and it's still here, even till today. So their mission is called the Knight's mission is called the Karmic Protocols, and that's for them to drive out all of the corruptus from the planet. And until that happens, they cannot die. They continue to live throughout history. So like, we're told like historically one thing in history, but behind the scenes, there's always something that maybe is never told. And the things that are unseen is what is really the truth. So you have this mythology of these characters that have never been seen, but they walk amongst us in addition to other aliens who have visited this planet. So it falls a bit into the ancient alien concept as well. I'm certain that readers will be interested in it, because I have taken things like from ancient scriptures, conspiracy theories, and wrapped it all into this drama that we call life.
Yeah.
Life is definitely dramatic.
Yeah.
Yes. And so like there's
life.
So there's a lot to it, to the story of the Knights, but also Adamus is amnesic, by the way. Every time he uses his power, he loses himself. In order to use that power, he has to lose himself. So that power, by the way, is called the catalyst. And I coined the term the catalyst from a Linkin Park song called The Catalyst.
Right.
And it describes the usage of the power quite perfectly. He rewrites reality in such a way that nobody notices that it's been rewritten, and neither does he. Because he does not remember. And the key to his memory is Ava, or in the present, Victoria.
Ava. Victoria. Ava.
So that's pretty much like the
hashtag Ava
of the story. Hashtag
Cosmic Knights.
Yes.
Hashtag
Cosmic Nights, yes.
We got to hashtag that Cosmic Nights. Jeremiah, first of all, I got to say something. Man, you and this arrow shot hair looks good, man.
You like that?
You got the William Hamilton going on with the hair now. Last time I seen you had the cut. Now you got the William, who's arrow shot, for those who don't know, William Hamilton hairstyle. It looks good on you.
Thank
AJ
you.
Styles.
My mom hates.
That's what he looks
Totally,
like.
yeah.
Yeah, AJ Styles.
Oh yeah, my brother-in-law does the AJ Styles thing every time I go downstairs. It's phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. That's when you was talking, and you said, "Hey," I was like, "That looked like AJ Styles." Hashtag AJ Styles.
I have a message for you from Ephraim. Unfortunately, he could not be here tonight. He has to work tonight. But however, he told me to tell you, let you know how proud he is of you, and just the amazing work that you're doing. He saw, he said he saw Cosmic Nights, from way back essentially, and he just wants to let you know, just from the bottom of his heart, he said just how proud he is of you. So
that means a lot. That really means a lot.
Cool.
I just can't wait. I mean, you got Justice League is out. I looked at Justice League. I guess that's a big deal, but I don't care about Justice League. I don't care about MCU. I care about Jeremiah Jones.
And
Hashtag
Cosmic Nights. Yes.
That's what I care about.
Yes.
I'm really looking to create an experience that I want readers to. When readers pick up this book, which is another reason why it's been a little bit slow to go, is when I want people who maybe have never picked up a comic book. I want them to pick it up and to be like, wow, this is what a comic book is. Or I want aspiring creators to look at a comic book and be like, wow, this is what a comic book could be. I want people to get their popcorn out and view it like they're watching a movie or they're reading a movie. So like this is very cinematic. The first issue unfolds in a very cinematic tone, right down to like the changes in scenery, like from past to present, because it's not all linear. There's a lot of stuff that's going on between like the past, the present. We even involve music, like to bring readers in, and I want them to believe like, wow, I feel that.
Right.
Yeah, like I truly want to create the comic book of my dreams.
Nice.
And you will.
Yeah.
You will. And everything you just said.
Coming.
All right, Jeremiah, let's talk Maven Arrow Shot.
Okay.
It's Maven Arrow Shot's Maven Arrow Shot March.
Yes, it is.
For those who don't know, this is the illustrator of Maven Arrow Shot.
So if you can see that artwork behind him right now, that amazing, colorful artwork, and we have book right here. Get in front of the camera. There we go. This guy right here. Amazing book.
So
amazing artwork.
This is going to be good because I don't even know this. So the question I'm about to ask now. So I remember when us Redonkulous Entertainment, we was going over Arrow Shot, and we wanted to go on with our universe with Arrow Shot being the next issue, and we wanted a different look. And then you and Ephraim, you guys talked, and Ephraim suggested you, and that's how all that connected. But I know that this was a different Redonkulous at the time. We was more, dare I say, scatterbrained at the time. Mm-hmm. We wasn't as focused. We were trying to do so much at one time and not homing in. So what we perceived, okay, I'm gonna tell it all.
Okay. All right, co-founder exclusive.
What we perceived was a good script that made some sort of remnants of sense to us. I know when you got it, it needed to be.
It needed some work.
It needed. I was gonna say some refinement. So take us through that process. Is us handing you a script and you like, huh? What? Huh?
Right.
Oh, you want the behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Should I?
Yeah.
All right, well, you know what?
If you're gonna be redundant, you gotta tell it all.
This is a family show, so I'm going to. Well, basically, okay. When I got the script, I didn't quite understand it. I didn't understand it because I felt like, well, I felt like it was lacking in what this character could be. And the dialogue was confusing for me too. And I had a very hard, just the visuals, like I couldn't visualize because there wasn't enough for me to go off of. There was not enough descriptions of like, oh, well then when he, like for instance, when I get a script or when I write a script, I like to have a description of what's going on. Like even a basic, like, oh, well then we look at Arrow Shot's leg and the camera pans up and you can see Arrow Shot looking away in the light of the moon, and his mask is reflecting the moon off of his face, and his eyes look at the reader and he's ready for action. And then like, I don't know, I'm just saying that like, right. You know, to give that reader that description, and then like, or for instance, like with backdrops. Oh, well, this is the highway thing was helpful because that when I read that in the script, I could visualize the first couple paragraphs right away. The chase scene, I was able to visualize that right away. And the chase scene was also the most challenging. I had never drawn a motorcycle before. And each piece of the motorcycle took a really long time because I was still like at that point, like I wouldn't do it that way now. Was rendered. I tried to render these motorcycle pieces thinking that it was gonna, you know, be quicker, and it was the exact opposite.
I just noticed you were just getting your Vanna White on. So
right.
Ooh.
So we do have comic books.
Yes.
Oh yeah, guys, you definitely want to pick up your copy of Arrow Shot. You know, I'll just give you an idea. You know, people in the 80s, when they bought the first copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first printing, they had no idea how valuable that item was going to be. Since then, they have reprinted the Ninja Turtles, the first issue, dozens and dozens and dozens of times. They were creator owned. They were small press. This is to all of our viewers out there. Understand that when you get behind a creator-owned project, a local-owned project, you are not just buying a book, you are investing in the future. You are keeping all of us going. You are helping to fulfill our dreams. But I strongly encourage any of you to go to the Redonkulous website. I'm sure that they will provide you with a link. Pick up a copy of Arrow Shot. This is actually their second reprint of Arrow Shot, by the way. So, I mean, I'm holding a first print signed for ransom. But no, in all seriousness.
That's what I wanted to say. I'm glad you said that, Jeremiah. That's exactly what I wanted to say. So, you know, we've been what, 5 years, forever. We've been friends forever and making a business forever.
A very long time.
Yeah.
But the make a comic book makes sense. It didn't work with a different artist. It's one thing to work with our artists, Ethan Around in the Third, Nigel Fraser. You know, it's one thing to work with them. It's one thing to go out, because you was our first person or second person to go out and be like, okay, here's our script. It makes sense to us. We know where we want.
Right.
We don't know that we didn't know you knew. You know what I mean? Because we believe in creative freedom. We write the character, we write down a plot. Here it is. And even then, back then, we were a little too eager. We probably should have, you got to edit, re-edit. And so it's edited. We just re-edited twice. So I want to thank you because you actually helped us. You inspired us. You pointed out a big flaw.
Absolutely.
You can't rush good stuff. You know what I mean?
Can't rush quality.
You cannot rush good quality. I mean, you inspired me. That changed me when I met you in December, all the way down to now. It completely changed my whole model. I move fast in my own head, and I'm always on the go, but I want good quality stuff. I
Good
want
quality lasts longer.
Yes, it does.
It does.
It does.
And the way and you're, for those who don't know you, the viewers don't know you, don't let his beautiful AJ Styles hair fool you. He is blunt, forward, right to the point. He gives to you straight, no chase. He doesn't really sugarcoat. I respect that about him. This is what he said, guys. Did you read this?
And it's like the questions that you were asking us at the time during the whole process. It made us, because we have our weekly meetings and everything, we discuss everything that's going on, and it made us be like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe we should rethink this, like where we're going with this.
When we wrote the story 7 years ago, it seemed like it made more sense then.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like if you're gonna put your name on something, you want it to last, because it will last for all time. Mm-hmm. You want to leave, you get 10 seconds to make an impression on somebody, and if you're gonna make an impression, you want it to be a good impression.
It gotta be redonkulous.
Yeah.
And so, like, I felt like I didn't view myself as just a mercenary. I viewed myself as a partner. I actually still do.
Right.
You should.
Absolutely.
And like, I really felt strongly that I wanted to see you guys succeed because, well, I believe in you. Mm-hmm. I don't believe in a lot of things, but I do believe in you. Nice. And I also felt like, well, I don't lie, and I felt like if someone's gonna ask me something, I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna be tactful, but I'm gonna be truthful, because the truth is so much better than holding something back, and then you find out later down the road, oh well, I should have done this. Mm-hmm. I mean, you would have found it out regardless of if I said anything or not, but you also, in the process, I also felt like I needed to save you guys money too. Mm-hmm. Because you go to a business, especially printing, they don't care. They don't care if it's right or not. If they can run it through run it through their printer and you can pay them, they want the money. They don't care about you.
Yeah, they don't care. Yeah,
as long as they get their money,
But that's, I mean, hell, I didn't even charge full page rate. I mean, mm-hmm. I wanted to help.
Yeah, right.
And I still will.
So now, Jeremiah, we go back together, we scramble. I mean, when I tell you we scramble, we work hard all the time. I don't know how to put this, but
yes,
when I tell you it was 6 hours, 3 days a week, every single day, grinding it out, going over every tick and tack word, reviewing everything.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And at the time, we didn't acquaint. This was when I was more in the background, more not heard. I didn't want to be heard at this particular stage of our career. So I'm like, he cannot do this again. He cannot ask us questions, and we can't be like, yeah. So everybody got on board with that. I mean, everybody. Ryan, executive producer, Ross James, the hardest working man. Everybody. Don't Redonkulously Entertainment. I don't like saying my name. And you now moving on with our comic books, with our writing. You inspired us. Everything we do, we literally, we have the answer to everything now, including Arrow Shot 2 and Arrow Shot 3 and the prequel that we actually want to come out with. Arrow Shot 2 will be a prequel.
I really hope that you're not asking someone else to do Arrow Shot number 2.
I would never ask anybody else to do Arrow Shot.
Because I got a friend who bought a copy of Arrow Shot number 2. He paid for Arrow Shot 1 and he bought Arrow Shot number 2, but he doesn't want Arrow Shot number 2 if I'm not in it.
Right.
No, no. I don't want nobody else. Well, I personally, it's we gotta vote. We don't have to vote. No, Redonkulously Entertainment does not want. It's no reason to bring that.
Obviously, to the readers out there, anything that we discuss is subject to change. So, I mean, we might be saying something right now, but you know what? You never know. Plans change all the time. So just keep that in mind. So do not get too excited because there are a lot of things in the works for all of us.
No, get too excited. No, don't listen to that, guys. Viewers, don't listen to that. JerJonez, Arrow Shot 2, that's going to happen, or Arrow Shot 2 ain't happening.
Don't not only just get excited, get redonkulous.
Get redonkulous, yeah.
Get redonkulous.
Things do happen though. Things do happen. So we might say, we know how it is. You have a date and then there's a whole new date. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I mean, I could tell you right now that my book would have been finished, like, had my sister decided not to die. But that put a wrench in everything. You know, I mean, I say that like jokingly, but I mean, you know what? Like, we didn't plan that, and you guys know how that is. And grief can stifle productivity too.
Yeah.
So you never know. I mean, I mean, you know, she's not here physically, but I mean, you know, I lost an entire year of production because of not being able to work properly. So that's why, you know, so yeah, things can change, and I'm just now starting to really get back into things. So I feel hopeful.
Well, if this means anything, I don't know if it means anything. I 100% believe in you.
Yeah.
100%. I 100% believe in you. So if you feel hopeful, then I know. I already know. Yeah, I already know. I know everything's gonna be good. We asked you to I guess we gotta rediscuss that too, because now we're doing a live interview about Aeroshot. Right. We actually asked you to work on charge.
Yes, you did. And I almost flipped because I really want that.
So yes, the way you color and the way how colorful charge is and the way you draw, it'll fit a charge style perfectly. That combination would be great. I can't.
If you guys haven't had the chance yet to check out Aeroshot, definitely check it out. The artwork in here is amazing. Look at that. What?
Oh, and by the way, I am colorblind.
Just pops right off the page. Just amazing. I mean, Jeremiah, you really did just an amazing job of bringing this character to life and making each one of those scenes just kind of take off and have a life of its own. You know what I'm saying?
The coloring was a lot of fun. I like, for a colorblind person, I enjoy coloring.
You colorblind?
I'm colorblind.
Really?
Yes. That's why my coloring palette, if you look at that book and you look at the Christmas book I did, you know, I have a very distinct coloring style. It's not, I accent certain colors more so than others, and that's because of my color blindness.
Oh.
So like I compensate. I compensate for certain
the little
things.
Easter eggs in there, by the way.
Oh, this is chock full of Easter eggs, guys. I feel like I also
put three of my the guys that are on the top of the balcony. Those are three of my friends.
Oh,
yeah, I remember you telling me that at the our December event. I remember you telling me that.
Yep,
boys, as we
the guy with the guy with the disgruntled look. That's my friend Sean Fedorko. Guy in the middle, his name is Rob Robinson, and the guy over towards the edge of the page, looking outward, his name is Charles Lostrom.
So,
how cool
shout
is
out
that
to those guys.
You immortalize your friends in the book. That's awesome.
Yeah, like I said, that's what I call imprinting, and that's what a lot of that is with the Knights. So don't be surprised if you guys show up.
Oh snap!
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait. So where was I going? So we got the script done. We got everything right. We hand it back to you. We're like, Jeremiah, do your thing now. Where are we at? Take us through the process now that everything was makes sense now.
1 year later, you got Aeroshot.
Right to the point. Really? Straight to the point. I love it.
Okay, that makes sense to me. 1 year later, we have Aeroshot, and not only did we have Aeroshot, there's actually because we had Aeroshot, because you did Aeroshot, you're the reason that made us like, you know what? Let's do an event. Let's do our own event. We always thought about, we always went to Comic Cons. We still do go to Comic Cons, but we never really thought about doing our own event. We partnered up with Level Up. Shout out to Level Up.
That was fun.
And so you help Redonkulous Entertainment in a way that I don't even think, like you said, you wanted help. You helped it more than just giving us a comic book or giving us ideas and showing us how to write. You helped us expand
Yeah.
into a whole new reach live events. That
That was
started with
fun.
that. It was fun. It was
That was fun.
What was your experience meeting the whole team?
Well, I'll tell you what. When me and my little sister first came, hashtag little sister, I was nervous,
Mhm.
a little bit nervous at first. I kind of didn't feel like I belonged, but then the thing that really made me feel like welcome was when Kevin said to me, "You're Redonkulous. You're part of Redonkulous." Like, and at that point, I felt like I didn't feel like a mercenary anymore or guest star. I felt like I was part of the group, and the inclusion really felt good. I enjoyed the experience. Just seeing and talking to you guys and just interacting. It was definitely is an experience I won't forget because it was redonkulous.
Yes.
It really was. It really was. And I totally would do it. I would totally do more events with you guys. I mean, it was good stuff.
So we're gonna get back to Aeroshot in a second. I know you had some questions, but while we go on the events, August 4th, 2021. I know that we had the major hit of the pandemic was last year, so it should be a little bit lighter. So August 4th, 2021, Redonkulous Boat Ride Part 2, Jeremiah. Can you make it?
I don't do boats.
Oh, oh, heartbreaking.
Well, also I can't set my schedule that far in advance either.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I take care of my mother, obviously. I'm like the caretaker in the house. So I've got to first look over my schedule. I mean, I don't know, maybe I can get on one of those swimmy thingies or I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
Well, okay. Even if you don't do boats, don't worry. Never fear. Because I have something else even special. I'll talk to you about that later. We don't have to do live about that. But something even more special. I definitely would invite you to the documentary. We're going to do something in the theater, in a documentary. I definitely would like you. I think because me and you talk. We have similar tragedies, I believe. That,
yes.
So me and you talked about it, and I think you'll really get a good feel for the documentary. And
I can't wait.
And it'd be great to see you there.
Yeah.
And everything. It was.
Oh yeah. And I can't wait for the April 1st announce.
Oh yeah, April 1st. Yes. The trailer part 2. Okay. So now I know you had some questions about maybe Aeroshot.
Okay. So and as you know, again, like we said, you are our guy for Aeroshot. We can't wait to also have you start to work on Charge issue 2, obviously. What question did I have? It was on my mind and I forgot it just that quickly.
Well, when do you want to start working on Charge 2 then?
Not until issue 1 of the Knights is done.
Okay. Actually, I'm sorry. That was what I wanted to ask you. Right. So I know, there's been a lot that's happened, obviously. When are you, and again, it's not set in stone right now because, you're seeing your way to the finish line right now through it all, but when are you looking at right now, tentatively speaking, that
the publish
Knights will come out?
Well, I am, I want to run a Kickstarter. I want to go big, so I'm not looking for regional. I'm not looking for, I want national. So, I mean, when I say national, I mean, we're talking about creating a franchise. My goal is to once we get the first issue out, start to get some traction. I've done research on action figure companies. I've got ideas for actual action figures, like they would be like this size, and then the helmets would come off of them.
Action figures, yes. We'll talk. We got to talk to you about that because we, our dreams and the hopes are all combined. Yes, I want you to have action figures. We want to have action figures. We want to sell them all everywhere. So we'll talk to you about that. That's actually really exciting.
Yeah, and plus I want to get a mobile game for the characters as well.
Nice.
So I mean, like, there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, we want to do with these guys, with the characters. Like I said, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is what really jump started things for me. When I saw Eastman and Laird, you know, and the success of the Turtles, I'm like, I want Ninja Turtle money. I mean, but you know, when I was a kid, but now it's more like, I mean, yeah, okay, the money's nice, but the legacy is what I want.
Right.
I want to be able to inspire kids.
Passion over profit.
Passion, hashtag profit. Yes, say it again. Even though
if you do it right and you get people to see it, and people, if it resonates with people, the money will come. But if you're looking for the money first, then you're going to be pounding sand for a long time.
Right.
That's true. That's true. I learned that. Well, I've always been more passionate than profitable. But you know, I learned it's not all about the money. That comes and goes. And money's great. Don't get me wrong and all that, but
doing what you love.
Yeah.
Just if you're not doing what you love every day, what's the point?
What's the point?
You know.
Exactly.
Yes.
So like that's where we're. So I want once this pandemic eases up a bit and like the restrictions start to come off some more, and I notice that maybe buyers are looking more to buy things, then I'll launch the Kickstarter. Because if I were to launch the Kickstarter right now for these characters, you know, like the Kickstarter stays live for like 60 days, I would fall on my face.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense to do that right now. So instead, I want to have more of it under my belt. So probably, I mean, realistically, probably a summer release.
Okay.
Probably a summer release for the Knights. And I want to be able to market it like to as many. I want people to see it.
Kevin just.
And I mean, it will have a limited print
in front of the camera.
He's talking about Cosmic Knights, but just in case you tuned in, he is the illustrator. I am shot. That's a shame I don't know the cover.
Yeah.
Johnny, don't mind me. Go finish talking.
He's getting his Vanna White on right now, so.
But I mean, so yeah, that's where we're at with that, and I'm excited. You know, if I had like someone helping me with my stuff, I would be done a lot faster. But I've been solo forever. Solo, you can't hear me.
I was going to say that, like, you know, a lot of times, you know, people have, you know, as writer and illustrator and inker, penciler, so on and so forth. You're doing all this yourself, right? That's amazing. Yeah, you're doing all this yourself. You're doing like the job of at least a good 5 or 6 people all yourself to create this epic story, epic franchise, you know?
Yes, and that's another reason why it's been so time consuming.
Hashtag epic.
But also, I mean, like now that like I said, now that the process is getting streamlined, I'm getting better at it. I'm starting to pick up the pace a little bit more. Right. And I also don't put in as much time as I really should be too. I mean, I work maybe twice a day. You know, I maybe work like for like 2 hours in the early morning, and then maybe work like 2 hours before I go to bed or after dinner. So I might do a total of maybe 4 hours a day. But you know, I mean, like right now, currently, I'm wrapping up another page. Dealing with pages with multiple characters on the same page is a daunting task. So so that's like we're talking like I think there's like 5 people on one page that I'm dealing with in one panel. So like, you know, I'm like directing these characters and being like, you know what, Ultima, you need to be over here to the left.
Right.
And like some of these characters, they're so stubborn, they don't want to listen. And so it really is like when you're an artist or a writer, you really are directing actors. Your characters are your actors. And
yes, they are.
Fortunately, with digital art, I can move my characters around without erasing.
Yeah.
You know,
Nigel Walker Frazier is actually, we usually hand draw, but Nigel Walker Frazier, he's getting into more digital now because he's working on something big. I don't want to spoil it. Big.
Right.
That drawing he did of Arrow Shot, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to kiss that drawing. That's how good it was.
That was a good drawing. I don't have.
It was real. I'm like, who did this? When I saw it, I was like, who did this? And like, because I know Ephraim's style,
right?
And like, I'm like, that's not Ephraim's.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's something different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I loved it.
Nice.
So, Jeremiah, where can we get everything from? Give us your information.
Yes.
What do you want?
Your information.
Your social media links, your website going on, where people can find out more info about you online.
Oh, I think my Instagram is JerJonez with a Z.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we're bringing it back to the street.
Excuse me.
JerJonez back from the streets.
Excuse me.
Actually, that was a line from an MTV thing from back in the early 2000s. You remember when Ben Stiller did a skit on the Backstreet Boys?
Oh gosh.
And it was him and Andy Dick, and he's like, "We're the Backstreet Boys."
With a Z.
Yeah. And then that's what he said, and they were hilarious, the two of them.
I have a completely random question that has nothing to do with anything.
Oh boy.
What is your favorite type of music?
I like all kinds of music. I most of the time, like, I like pop music. Like, I'm big like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. I love Taylor Swift. I like girl singers in general. Like, not like Cardi B or crap like that, but I mean like I like Selena Gomez. But as far as like I listen to a lot of rock music. One of my favorite bands that I listen to currently, the main song that I'm featuring within the first issue is by this band called Starset, and the name of the song is called Halo. A really good song. You guys should check it out.
A very good band.
It's writing it down now.
Just inbox me that song. I'll check it out. Especially
it's like the music is very like, it's like science fiction meets rock. The guy is the guy's voice is incredible. But like, they have a violinist in the group, they have a celloist. Their music videos tell these crazy cool stories. They have 3 albums out. But they're my current favorite. They're my go-to. But I'm also a very big fan of the group Hollywood Undead. I like Breaking Benjamin, who's from my area. So I mean, like, but I also like video game music. Like there's a lot of like there's bands out that do like arranged versions of video game theme songs.
Right.
Big video game themes. Well, I'm a theme song guy, period.
So like, I like that stuff. I like music from like the Final Fantasy series. Like, love all that stuff. I don't like country music.
Got it. No country. That seems to be a recurring theme.
Right.
That's the only thing I don't like, but I like everything else. Like, when I was like from like kindergarten to 6th grade, all I listened to was AM radio.
Gotcha.
Because I thought that FM music sucked. So I missed most of the 80s.
I feel like you got to say something.
I'm not.
I feel like it's coming. You said 80s, and here we go.
No, I'm toning down my music geekness for okay. I'm toning
I
it down.
didn't. I mean, like I didn't realize what I had actually missed from the '80s until I started to retrace my steps, and I realized that there was a lot of stuff in the '80s I actually did like. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you did.
but I
Yeah.
mean, Frank Sinatra's
Yes.
Frank Sinatra's my boy though.
Really?
I love Frank. I love Dean Martin.
Nice.
So
Very
I love music because music is like one of those things that's universal.
It is.
You know, it can speak to people on so many levels without really even having to say a word.
Yeah.
I listen to Japanese music, like K-pop, J-pop.
I listen to Japanese. The big inspiration behind him is Mysteries Black Ninja. This Japanese music. So big Japanese music fan myself. Huge.
Oh, speaking of which, I really enjoyed the first appearance of the Black Ninja.
Oh, on maybe level 3.
Oh,
yeah, I enjoyed that. I thought that was really. I thought Ephraim's pencils was top notch on that.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have. That's another story.
Yeah. But.
Or maybe level 3 guys, which you can check out.
Who's what?
I was just saying, it's maybe level 3 he's talking about when you actually see the first appearance of the Mysteries.
Yeah, I have it.
Yes.
I know, yeah. Which you can check out on
www.redonkulously.com.
April 1st.
Yes. See, we're revamping our website. We're in the process of revamping the website. So April 1st is the big reveal of the new website.
And you can also check out the Road to Reminiscence Part 2 trailer.
Yes. A lot of exciting stuff coming up.
Jeremiah, this has been good. This has been more than good.
This has been amazing. It's been awesome. Yeah.
Jeremiah, this has been rated R.
Rated R for Redonkulous.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So every time you show a new picture on Facebook, and when I do see it, because I will see it, I'm going to personally share. I want the world to know. Anything I can do with your Kickstarter, and anything I can do personally, to help Cosmic Nights come out, don't be scared to ask me, because I will make sure I'll do everything in my power to do it if I can.
Well, my goal is to not make any money off of it. I'm sure that I won't make any money off of the first issue. I'm going in with that expectation. My goal is to try to make enough money to get it to print, and then to get the second issue paid for.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
So really quick, one last thing I want to ask you. What would you, Jeremiah Jones, artist, the creator, the author, what would you like to be remembered for?
Me?
Yes.
My kindness to others.
Nice. Any tips of wisdom or anything for those who are coming up in the industry, who are, coming up and trying to make it as a creator and an artist, things that you would like for them to know?
Well, I would say don't act like you can't be taught. The moment that you think that you've arrived, you should just quit, because nobody arrives.
Right.
You should always want to be. You should always want to strive better. Always want to get to the top of the mountain, only to wake up and find out you're at the bottom of the mountain again, to climb it again.
Yeah. Man, you're absolutely right. Right. I'm always saying like I say. Yeah. Right.
You need to constantly have a challenge. The only way you're gonna level up is if you constantly have something that you're striving for.
Hashtag level up. Having Mall.
Yes.
Redonkulous Entertainment comic books. Maven Arrow Shot is at level up in the Hamilton Mall. So you can get it there too.
Jeremiah, this has been a great interview. Oh, sorry.
Nightmare Before Christmas is also at level up in the Hamilton Mall too, by Jeremiah Jones.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is in stores. Check that out.
Yes, that's my first printed thing. My first printed project.
I actually in my house right now I have 2 copies. Shavana bought one and I have one. It is there in my
new collection.
Yeah,
you better hold on to them, because once the Cosmic Night and Redonkulous figures come out, people are going to be wanting those books, and they're going to skyrocket in value.
Yeah.
Well, I told you in December 2019. That's it. It's in my case. Inside of my I have like a little It's a really
So each Redonkulous figure, part of the Cosmic Knight Redonkulous line of toys. There'll be like play sets that go with them. You can have like the little city thing for Night Owl. But you gotta have like you gotta have like his little helmet that comes off of like Arrow Shot, like kind of like Vega from Street Fighter 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Complete with like bow shooting action. Push the little button and I have designs for all the toys, by the way. The Knights have this is a spoiler. The Knights actually have big robots of their own, and they're very Voltron-like. And they're called the Titans. And the Titans will be, when they're manufactured, will be able to open up the cockpits on them and put the little Knight figures inside of them.
That's cool. That is a spoiler. Any Q&A? If you have any questions. Any questions from anybody? Sure, we do Q&A.
While we're waiting on any questions from anybody, let me just go back through and shout out some of the cool comments and everything. Let's see. Courtney Jackson, she can't wait to
Courtney the Washer Jackson.
Can't wait to snatch a copy of Cosmic Knights. # Cosmic Knights.
# Cosmic Knights.
Shavonna Morris, # knowledge dropping.
What's up, Shavonna Morris? Shavonna Morris.
Courtney was saying how Arrow Shot really does pop off the page. It's impressive. She also said she loved the Christmas book that you did as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Let's see. Michelle said, "Oh, come on, you like Shania Twain."
Is that true?
Is that true?
And that is
inquiring minds want to
know. Well, actually, I prefer Faith Hill.
That's that I don't know. That seems like
he said Shania Twain doesn't impress me much. It's the name of the song.
You know what? She makes me feel like a woman.
Thank you.
This AJ Styles hair.
Yeah.
This is a cool look.
So Michelle had a good question. She said, "You said some of the characters are based on real people. Which ones are based on ex-girlfriends?" Michelle, I don't know you, but I like your questions.
Oh, I know who this is.
Hi, Michelle.
Actually, none of the main cast are based on any ex-girlfriends. Actually, yes. Yes, I do have one character in the main group. Character name is Halo, and she is the technopath of the group.
Technopath, okay.
Armor of Grace.
So the answer is yes.
Okay. All right.
We're going to get out of here because it's 9:15. Jeremiah, on March 29th, we're going to put on YouTube, I Am Maven Arrow Shot. It's going to be our...
It is going to be a Redonkulous, and the book is already Redonkulous as it is. But we're going to do another spin on it that's going to include a lot of really cool stuff, kind of just add to the amazing artwork that you already did. So cool. I would love for you to check it out when it premieres. And
I can't wait. I love when you guys post those things. Some of them are really cool, and I look forward to them.
This one, I truly believe that this one is going to be one of the better ones. I think what
who's the one who makes them?
Redonkulous Entertainment.
Yeah,
we all
have a part.
Do a little something of this or that.
You're so modest, Kevin.
we all have a part of this and that. Yeah. But with this one, that's different than the other ones. Is like we did Night Owl. So he was on the color scheme is a little darker, so we had to try to brighten that one up. And that one, came out the way it did. And then Blood Moon, he was darker, and then we added gifts to make that one bright. And that came out really perfect. This one is going to be a little different. We're not going to add gifts and extra visual effects because your coloring is so bright already. So it's gonna be different, a little bit different. This one's gonna be more of your pure artwork. That's why
Yeah.
I really
I think I think that I think that the artwork looks better on the computer screen, and I think I know like I would go with a different printer next time. Either that or
Gotcha.
or I would have to like the next stuff that I color for you guys would have to color for us, I should say. Um would have to increase the brightness so that way when it prints,
right, yeah,
when it bleeds into the paper, the details don't get lost.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's good advice
Great point,
already. Again, that's that fast. We was just discussing that. A lot of times, it bleeds in. Jeremiah, this has been ridiculous.
Yes,
This
it
has
has.
this is. I haven't seen you since 2019. I talked to you. For those who don't know, I try to talk to Jeremiah as much as possible.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? As much as possible. Every event, any advice he gives us, and I usually give him. So I'm gonna let some of the beans out. Whenever we air something on YouTube or whatever, he always usually get the first shot. I always send it to him first before we air it or whatever, and he always, if he says so, whatever he says about it reflects how I feel about it. So he said, "Oh, this is amazing," then I said it's amazing to me. If he goes, "Well, I like when you did this last time,"
Mhm.
it always makes me personally second guess it. That's just how much I respect you. You know what I mean? How much
I appreciate
you're
that, and I respect you too, man. Totally.
it is. So I can't wait. So when this is done, we're gonna it's gonna be done March 29th. So you're probably gonna get a sneak peek. Well, I'm just doing March 29th. You don't get a sneak peek this time. This time you're gonna see it with everybody else, March 29th.
Well, I guess all the viewers out there better watch out because Redonkulous has a lot more to come your way, and you guys will totally enjoy it because it will be Redonkulous.
Absolutely. That you can count on.
Jeremiah, thank you for doing this interview.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time out and agreeing to do this.
Thank you for having me.
You let me up one time. I did a video, and I think it was on the starting six, and I don't know what happened. I just completely, I'm human. I forgot to put an arrow shot in it, and you put me on blast on social media on that day, and I was fuming mad. He said, "No love to arrow shot."
Right, I remember that.
and remember, I was mad. I was like, I couldn't. It took me 2 days to realize how did I forget arrow shots.
Right.
Hell, I helped write them. How did I forget to do that? So, we're always plotting our next month. So we knew we was going to do maybe an arrow shot March.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to make sure Jeremiah knows that arrow shot is not forgotten. He's not forgotten. Nothing's forgotten.
Right.
That was just one day of, I don't know, 1,000 things probably going on.
Lots of video editing at once.
Cool beans.
Cool.
Okay, so that's it for me.
So just really quick, shout out to the members of Redonkulous Entertainment. Shout out to the folks in the comments who have been commenting and liking and sharing. You guys are Redonkulous.
You guys are Redonkulous. You guys are all part of the Redonkulous revolution.
Yes.
And everybody that tuned in, will tune in, will view. I promise you, you will have some sort of acknowledgement. We see, we know who you are.
Right.
And it's not just
it's coming.
It's not just 5 people. We're growing. I'm talking it's at least 100, 150 people, fans now. And that's
more than that, man.
And I appreciate you guys. I do. I always say that. It's just so, but okay, I don't want to get to the fans. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Jeremiah. So shout out to Courtney the Watcher. Jackson, I was gonna say Courtney the Watcher Jones.
Ryan, the executive producer, Ross.
My brother from LeVar Kubri's Queen, who's also the lead artist of Maven Arrow Shot. Somebody asked about him. Lead writer of Maven Arrow Shot. Me and him made Arrow Shot. We were about 17 years old when we started first deciding this character. Me and him, mostly LeVar. LeVar came up with the idea, his name, his powers, and so on. And then, I added my 2 cents in it. Then Redonkulous and Jeremiah, who is Redonkulous, came and make this trio. Yes. So shout out to LeVar Kubri's Queen.
Shout out to Nigel the Wildcard Frazier.
We can't forget you. I don't even think we said your name the first time, so I'm sorry about that. Michaela, the apprentice foreman.
James, the hardest working man, Brown.
and
Super Bowl winner.
and the guy that made everything possible, the guy that made the guy that meets the guy that connected it all. Two artists, Jeremiah Jones and Ethan Ronley III, lead artist, who actually introduces us to Jeremiah Jones. And
Yes.
here we go. So shout out to him. So he couldn't make it. Tanya told you I was gonna say he was mad about this one.
Yeah, he was mad he couldn't make it. So
Yeah.
yeah, he definitely told me, let you know he's proud of you. So
This one he was. I actually never really seen him that. Usually he's very, okay, cool.
Right.
I gotta go draw. I draw pictures. I'm ready to draw some pictures. This one, he was more like, oh man.
He really wishes he could have been here.
Yeah.
So, all right, you guys out there in Facebook land, don't forget Facebook and YouTube land, actually.
Facebook. Oh yeah.
Yes, it's on YouTube too. Don't forget to check out hashtag I am Maven Arrowshot March 29th on YouTube. So.
And any closing remarks from you, JerJonez?
Well, thank you everybody for attending and watching the three of us have our Redonkulous Fest because
yes,
hashtag
it's been a good time. Also, anybody who would like, feel free to find me on Instagram. I am starting to post more of my stuff onto Instagram now that I'm understanding how to use it. Man, I feel old. It is, I believe it's JerJonez with a Z01, or just type in Jeremiah Jones. It's a MIYAH. But you'll find me, and we look forward to bringing more to you. All of us do. So look forward to it. Cosmic Nights 2021 this year.
I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna be the first.
Can't wait. All right, you guys out in Facebook and YouTube land. This has been another edition of Redonkulous interviews, and we are.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
I'm Kevin, the co-founder, Martin. Got to say names.
And I'm Tanya, the First Lady Fields.
And everybody who we said before we are Redonkulous Entertainment.
Yes.
Okay. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.